Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
The Missouri Tigers will round out their three-game homestand tomorrow as they host Texas A&M in the morning. After the Aggies' offense found an offensive blast in the final 2 minutes of their game last week against Alabama that dethroned the Crimson Tide, the 3-3 Tigers are in for quite the challenge tomorrow. The Missouri offense have scored touchdowns on 81.2% of their trips to the red zone this season, including 8 rushing and 9 passing touchdowns. The root of the Tigers' offensive success is senior running back Tyler Beatty, who is the only player to score a combination of 15 rushing scores and 10 receiving touchdowns. Head coach Eli Drinkwitz said in a press conference earlier this week that it's explosive plays from guys like Beatty that bring them a win.
This is not an analytics deal, but the number one indicator, in my opinion, in wins and losses is actually not turnovers, it's explosive plays. Whoever wins the explosive play battle wins the game, usually in the upper 70s, low 80%, depending on what analytical statistics you use.
After 4 races at the Nutty Comb Invitational, the Mizzou men and women's cross-country team capped off their regular season and are now preparing for the SEC championships. The men's team finished in 31st with 942 points, and the women ended in 33rd place with 835 points. Sophomore Mitchell Small led the men's team in the 8K championship race. On the women's side, senior Sarah Chapman led the Tigers, and the front of the pack has been home to her this season. She has a top 3 streak in the last 4 competitions. Mizzou will host the SEC championship at Gans Creek on Friday, October 29th. The 5-8 Missouri soccer team is in Fayetteville tonight taking on the Razorbacks, and the first half was not too kind to the Tigers. Kayla McKeon puts Arkansas on the board first with her 3rd goal of the season just after the 23rd minute, but the Tiger defense has put up a fight against the Razorbacks. Keeper McKenna Sheehan with 5 saves in the first half alone. With just a minute left in the half, and it's McKeon again. She flicks it into the back of the net, and after a tough second half there, Missouri falls to the Razorbacks 6-1. Game 3 of the WNBA Finals is underway. The Chicago Sky and Phoenix Mercury are tied at 1 apiece so far in this series. And tonight in Chicago, Phoenix wins the tip-off, and former Mizzou Tiger Sophie Cunningham starts. She assists a 17-foot jumper from Brittany Griner to give the Mercury the first 2 points of the game tonight. And the versatility of Chicago Sky forward Candace Parker took over the court early on with a quick layup, and then later with a 6-foot 2-pointer. The Sky are currently on top at halftime, 46-24. It's Game 1 of the NLCS, and the Red Sox are in Houston tonight. Bottom of the first, and Altuve is on third. It's a wild pitch from Chris Sale, batted left by Alvarez, that sends Altuve home for the first run of the game. Astros manager Dusty Baker then joins the screen. He's talking about his team's defense as Boston equalizes in the top of the 3rd with a homer from Kike Hernandez to center on a curveball for 448 feet. It's currently the bottom of the 5th, and Boston leads 3-1. And that's all for sports.